Good afternoon, CFM. This is Coach Matt with our Wednesday workout. Let's begin with 3 rounds through 12 calories, your choice, row, bike, or ski, and then grab a PVC pipe. We're gonna do some shoulder warm up that will start in the overhead position for a squat or a snatch, and then we're gonna move quickly into the jerk, right? But I'd like to do some pause overhead squats. So get down to the bottom, feel that center position of the PVC pipe, and then drive back up to the top, okay? So pause at the bottom, stretch out those hips, stretch out those shoulders, and then back up to the top. Next, we're gonna do snatch balance with the PVC pipe, right? So this is a jerk. This is a version of the jerk where I'm gonna create some upward momentum with the dip drive of my legs. And then while that bar is momentarily floating weightless, I'm gonna use the inertia of the bar to press myself down into the stable catching position, right? So what this could be for a PVC pipe is I could do a power jerk like that from behind the neck, right? Or you could do a squat jerk and get all the way down low from behind the neck. Either one of those is fine. And that's all, we put those all in the category of snatch balance, whether you go from to the power position or to the squatting position. So it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you are using the dip drive to go up and the arm press to go down, and then stabilizing and standing, okay? And we'll keep that feel when we go into our jerk practice, right? Push up to down dog is the last one for the warm up. So push up, shrug back to down dog, push up, shrug back to down dog, okay? All right, next we're gonna practice some jerk. We're gonna do 4 sets of 3, warm up weights on the jerk. So think empty barbell and end the warm up progression at 50 to 60% of your 1 rep max, or the prescribed workout weights that are 135 pounds for the guys, 95 pounds for the ladies, right? So if I had to break that into 4 sets, I'd do like, I don't know, 75, 95, 115, 135. That'd be a reasonable jump of weights from very little up to the workout weight. And that is a reasonable jump width for the weights. For the ladies, maybe it's like 55, 65, 80, 95 or something like that. Roundabout numbers, right? Don't go crazy worrying about percentages on your warm-ups. However, just recognize what the boundaries are for the top end and the bottom end. The bottom end being the empty barbell, the top end being that 50 to 60% of your 1 rep max, okay? Use your heads, you'll figure it out. Next we're doing, so those practice jerks, right? So we are gonna practice picking it up off the ground. So power clean is probably the way you're gonna do it. Start with those feet underneath the hips. We're gonna jump that weight upward and press our body downward. Snap to the finish. Elbows extend at the same exact moment that my feet hit the ground, and then I'll stand to full extension and reset my feet. When you're doing these fast, right, like in the workout, we'll be moving relatively quickly. It's a metabolic conditioning workout. Make sure that when we get to the top, that my elbows and knees are extended at the same time before I bring that bar down, okay? So what I don't wanna do is lock out my elbows and then bring them down as I'm standing up, okay? That would be a no rep or a not completed rep, right? It makes you go faster, but it is not a complete extension of all the joints at the same time, which is what we would say is the finished position of the lift, okay? So elbows and knees and hips all locked out at the same time at the top of the jerk. The workout is going to be 3 rounds for time, 10 jerks, 20 and 16 calories on the rower, and 10 burpees, right? Pretty simple. Really the only equipment we have for this one is barbell and rower, and that's it, okay? Enjoy it. It should be a relatively shorter one, especially when compared to Murph. So I hope you like it, and we'll see you on Thursday.